Welcome to my channel. I am the Blunt Reader. Thank you so much for stopping by and spending some time with me. This pick a card reading is going to be whether or not you are on the right path. So if you would like to see what Spirit has to say about you and your path, then stay tuned. So for this pick a card reading, we have 4 different sections here. We have section number 1, section number 2, 3, and 4. I'm going to give you a few seconds to meditate on the cards. Allow a number or numbers to come to you. Remember that there is no right or wrong way to do this. Whatever you feel led to do, go ahead and do that. If you need additional time, feel free to pause this video and continue when you are ready. But if you are ready to move forward, let's go ahead. Group number 1. Are you on the right path? Let's see what Spirit has to say to you. We have very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. We have the 3 of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, Justice, the 8 of Swords, the Queen of Cups, Queen of Wands, the Sun, the Page of Swords, the 6 of Pentacles, the 8 of Cups. Soulmate likes you romantically. Quit. I just skipped over quit. So maybe there is something that you are avoiding walking away from, especially here with this 8 of Cups, because the 8 of Cups talks about walking away from something that you have been emotionally invested in, if it will decide to focus. There we go. Walking away from something that you have been emotionally invested in. So this could be a relationship, because we do have the soulmate card here. But it could be anything, any type of project, work, friendships, even your family, whatever it is that you have been emotionally invested in, having to walk away from it, having to quit it possibly, because it's just not resonating with you anymore. But with quit being here, it means that you haven't yet done it. We do have the 8 of Swords back here in the, I guess for me it's the right corner. Y'all see the card, the 8 of Swords back there. And the 8 of Swords is my lying card. It means that you're lying to yourself. You're telling yourself that you're stuck. You don't know what to do. Maybe you feel like you are confused on what you're supposed to be doing here in this lifetime. Maybe you feel like you don't know what your purpose is, or you don't know what type of career you're supposed to do. You feel stuck, but you're not really stuck. I feel like there are answers available to you. This Page of Swords card for me is like a student, always being a student of life. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to go to, college or pick up a trade or any of those things, unless that's just something that you want to do. But always be willing to be teachable, always be open to learn new things, because the Page of Swords is someone who is young, but also somebody who gathers information, somebody who's studying something, learning something. Maybe you are changing career paths, maybe you are in school and you're choosing to do something different than what you initially started going to school for. But I feel like the overall message here is that you have to do what is ultimately going to make you happy, what is going to satisfy your soul, satisfy your heart. With the Sun card here, this is, we have 2, I guess these are supposed to be kids, that are kind of pulling this flag, pulling this red flag. And we know about red flags meaning something that you should not be doing. Something about it is saying this is off. But it also for me says that you may be fighting between something that maybe at one point it was good to you. It did feel right for you with this Eight of Cups, because it is walking away from something that you have emotionally invested yourself in. But now it may be more of a red flag. It may be more of something that is a detriment to you than it is a benefit. But it's a push and pull between that thing, whatever that thing is for you, and the sun, which is happiness, which is joy, which is fulfillment. And I feel like it's this back and forth. We do have two feminine energies here with the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups being about your emotions. This is the mother. This is somebody who's very caring, very nurturing, very loving. The Queen of Wands is, for me, a lot of those same qualities. But at the same time, the Queen of Wands is a lot of passion, a lot of fire, a lot of creativity. The Queen of Wands is the entrepreneur, somebody who has a business, somebody who uses their creative expression. So maybe you feel like you're kind of torn between what is going to give you the status, what is going to give you the money, what seems most practical with this Knight of Pentacles that is here, and the Six of Pentacles that is here, versus what you actually enjoy doing. I feel like you have to make a decision for yourself, not based on what society says, not based on what your family says. Maybe it's a mother who says, like, dancing or singing or art or whatever it is that you want to do isn't really a job. It's not really a career. It's not something that you should pursue. Or maybe it's you telling yourself that, but are those your beliefs? Are those your values? Are those the things that you genuinely and truly believe? Or are they things that have been fed to you over time and you've just adapted them as your own beliefs here? Because the Knight of Pentacles is an offer of stability, but we know that it takes some time for this particular knight to get there, because this person is very cautious. But I feel like this particular offer, whatever it is taking some time to get here, because you have to make a decision about what it is that you want to do. You have to get out of your head with this Eight of Swords. You have to stop lying to yourself with this Eight of Swords and make a decision about what it is that you want, what is going to make you the happiest, what is going to benefit and fulfill you the most, not what is going to benefit everybody else. You have to make decisions for your life based on you, not on what is going to be pleasing to other people. Because if you make decisions based on what is going to be pleasing to other people, then you're going to live a miserable life, and nobody wants that. This Three of Cups that is back in the back, this could be about a relationship. So maybe there was a third party situation. We do have two queens here. There's no masculine energy, at least not like a king or anything like that. So there could have been a third party situation involved in this situation. Maybe that's why you've had to walk away from something. But as it pertains to, outside of a relationship, I feel like there is going to be a lot to celebrate. But in order for there to be some type of celebration, there has to be some type of accomplishment. For there to be some type of accomplishment, you would have had to make a decision. And this Eight of Swords says that you're not currently making a decision about something. Maybe you feel like you want to quit a job that you are currently at because it's not compensating you fairly. With this Six of Swords talks about moving away though, so that makes sense. Six of Pentacles, because there's no balance, there's no reciprocation, whether in a relationship or whether at a job, a friendship, a family relationship, whatever it is for you. Because this person who is cloaked in this red and these fine garments is in a position of somewhat power, but more so about having the affluence, somebody who is doing well financially so that they are able to give. So where are you over giving? Because these people are not giving to you. They're not giving back to you. And, in this particular card, these people aren't in a position to give to you because they don't have anything. But even if they don't have anything material to give back to you, at the very least, they can say thank you. They can offer gratitude. They can offer, some other type of service. Like, you give me this. Like, okay, well, what do you need me to do for you? So where are you overgiving, and who are you overgiving to? What people in your life, what things in your life have most of your time, energy, and effort, but you are not getting the same in return? Those are the areas that you are being called to focus on so that you can quit them. I feel like you have to quit people pleasing is what I'm getting here. This Justice card is saying that there are some things in your life that you need to balance out, internally and externally, because they go hand in hand. There are some things that you need to figure out. What is it that you need to walk away from? What have you felt led to walk away from? Because I feel like a lot of good things are coming to you, but what is holding you up right now is you. So what are you overgiving to? Whose values, morals, and beliefs have you adapted as your own that have you in this bit of conflict about what you want to do versus what you think you should do? Because I feel a lot of push and pull energy here. But I don't really feel like it's necessarily because of just you. I feel like there are outside influences that have kind of skewed the way that you look at things, the way that you view your own reality. What is going to make you happy? That's something that you have to get very clear on. When you know what makes you happy, then you can do the things that make you happy. It's as simple as that. If I know that helping people makes me happy, then putting myself in positions where I can help people is going to make me happy. It's going to make me fulfilled. It's as simple as getting in touch with your heart and listening to what it is telling you, listening to your intuition, being okay and becoming very comfortable with walking away from things that no longer serve you. It's not always going to be easy, but the more you do it, the easier it becomes. With this Eight of Cups, yes, you've invested in it emotionally. Yes, you've given your time, energy, and effort, but what has it given to you? I think some people have, just this idea that receiving is bad, that you're just supposed to always give, give, give. There's nothing wrong with giving, especially to people who are in, genuine positions where they cannot afford to help themselves. But I feel like you're helping people who are more than capable of helping themselves. You're not helping people who just are not able to work or whatever the case may be. So where are you overgiving? Where have you overstayed your welcome? Or where have you allowed somebody else or something else to overstay its welcome in your life? Where are you being influenced in ways that is not conducive to where you're trying to go? And are you even sure where you want to go? Because this Eight of Swords person is wearing a blindfold. So are you even sure where you want to go? So it's the Justice card. The lady in the Justice card. Are you even sure where you want to go? Are you sure what is going to make you happy? Because ultimately that's what it goes back to. What is going to make you happy? What are you passionate about? What do you enjoy doing? I feel like life is a lot more about what we can add to it. What we can add to the people who we encounter, but not in the sense that it is hazardous to you. It is about giving back. It is about the collective. It is about leaving your footprint on this earth. Doing things that matter. Talking about things that actually matter. That help people. Not just yourself. But at the same time, you're also not here to just do for everybody else when you're not fulfilled with what you're doing. Because you can be fulfilled and also be a benefit to the earth, be a benefit to the people in your life. So the question for you is, where are you overgiving? And how can you end that? What do you need to quit? What do you need to walk away from? And these are things that you are emotionally invested in. So no, it's not going to be easy. But like I said, you have to become comfortable and okay with letting go of these things. Not playing tug of war with them with this Sun card. Don't play tug of war with your happiness. You deserve to be happy. And as soon as you realize that you are completely in charge of whether or not you are happy, and that you can make decisions that continue to lead to this happiness, that add to this happiness, you'll be moving in harmony with the universe. Listen to your heart. I know people always say that, but I mean, it's genuinely the answer. Listen to your heart. What is your heart telling you? We also have laugh. Where the fuck is your sense of humor? We have get some fucking sleep. You are being an ass because you are fucking tired. Face the pillow now. And we have some good shit is about to happen. Don't let your issues fuck it up. So we have some good shit is about to happen. We also have very soon. So this says whatever it is that you want, whatever it is that you are desiring, whatever it is that you are trying to manifest in your life is coming to you. But you have to decide what it is that you want. Like, you know, if you're going to put in your order with the universe, be clear about it. Just like when you put in the order anywhere else, be clear about it. Looks like you may also need to take a nap. Maybe you're not sleeping because you're so in your head, anxious, worried, stressing out about something. Whatever it is, it'll be okay. You have to try, and I say try because it really does take a lot of effort to be in the moment, to focus on what needs your attention now, not what needs your attention tomorrow, not what needs your attention 5 years from now, not what needed your attention previously, what needs your attention now. Because you overwhelm yourself focusing on everything else that has to be done, everything you feel like you're not doing. You know, it's like a rat race. But there are no other opponents for you. Because this is your journey. This is your life. You are in this race against yourself. So be gentle with yourself. You don't have to pressure yourself. You don't have to overextend yourself with the Six of Pentacles, trying to do everything all at once, trying to take on everything all at once. Because when you try to take on too much, when you overextend yourself, when you are overgiving to all of these things, especially if they are things that are, you know, not replenishing you, then you get into this Eight of Swords energy, which can quickly turn into the Nine of Swords energy, which is depression and mental anguish and mental turmoil. And then you start beating yourself up because you feel like you're not doing what it is that you need to do. Like, relax. You're going to get there when you're supposed to get there. Life is not, you know, a destination. There's no destination where everything's just going to be perfect. So there's no rush to get there, wherever there is. Be present in the moment. Be present in the now. This is your postcard from Spirit. And it says, Dear you, now is one of those times you're being asked to add some distance. Take a step back and do nothing but observe. Don't worry about how long it will take to regroup. Just know it's temporary and actually an opportunity to take a breath, slow down, and look at how far you've come. Decisions from the highest good are made when you have clarity, which comes from being open to information from both the intellect and the intuition. When you step into the role of observer, it's as if you turn on the switch that allows your soul to be an essential part of the information gathering and decision-making process. In this way, you can approach things from a more neutral and non-judgmental place. We know you'll make the right choice. Trust us when we say now is not the time to get too close to the fray. Step back now. You will be glad you did. Love you. Exactly. You can't make decisions in this Eight of Swords energy. This is confusion. So take a rest. Take a step back. Walk away from some things. Quit some things. Stop overgiving to everything. So that you can make a clear decision, so that you can balance this information gathering with the Page of Swords in your intuition. Like I said, listen to your heart. If you allow yourself to get quiet, you will get the answers. You don't get the answers by focusing on the questions. You don't get the solution by focusing on the problem. So be willing to spend time in quiet, in silence, meditating, praying, whatever it is that you do. Whatever allows you to get into a meditative state. For some people, it's cleaning. For other people, it's writing. For other people, it's creating music or creating some type of art. Whatever it is that you do, do that. but don't feel like you have to make a decision. It says to step back now. So do that and trust that the universe is going to take care of you, because the universe always takes care of you. You are where you are now because you have been taken care of, because you have been protected, whether you see that or not, and that's something to be grateful for. So thank y'all for spending time with me. Just remember that I love you for free. Group number 2, let's see what Spirit has to say for you and whether or not you are on the right path. We have retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. We have the Queen of Pentacles, the Four of Wands, the Eight of Swords, the Page of Swords. Both of these cards actually came out in group number 1, but you know, in different decks, obviously. And we have the Page of Pentacles, the High Priestess, the Seven of Wands. Yes, communication coming, concerns about money. And then we have put the fucking phone down and stop talking. So the very first message and the clearest message is that you need to disconnect from the world. We have retreat, we have stop talking, we have put the fucking phone down. And the High Priestess is here, which is your intuition. The intuition coming through the clearest when you are quiet, when you are not talking, when you are not worrying, when you are not stressing, when you are not in this Eight of Swords energy. This Eight of Swords energy could be because you feel a sense of instability in your life. Whether it's your home life, whether it's a relationship with this Four of Wands, whatever makes you feel stable and secure, there seems to be a threat against that, whether perceived or it's actually there. If this is a relationship, maybe you're not talking to somebody that you were either married to, you could have lived with this person, or you've just been together for some time. Communication is coming. So if you've been reaching out, if you've been obsessing over, you know, what happened between you and this person, why they're not talking to you, why they're not responding to you, leave it alone. We have the Page of Pentacles here. The Page of Pentacles is always a seed, and we have 2 pages here. So I feel like this is kind of like you have to go back to the drawing board in your life. So it doesn't necessarily mean that you're not on the right path, but it could mean that maybe you took a little detour and you got a little off track with some decisions that you made. Or maybe you're not making decisions at all because you're in this Eight of Swords energy. You've been stagnant, you've been stuck, or things feel stagnant and stuck. You feel like you're not moving, you're not progressing. Or like you move forward and then, you know, you're pushed back. The Seven of Wands, though, says that you are in this defense mode. Like I said, it could be because of a perceived threat, meaning that it's not actually there, but you just always on the defense, always on guard, always ready to protect and defend when there is no threat there. The Seven of Wands is defending the things that matter to you, the things that are valuable to you. This Queen of Pentacles is focused on this coin, focused on your money, because there are concerns about your money, because there's some sort of threat, or you feel like there is some sort of threat against your money, your stability, your security. Maybe whatever it is that you're doing for money, you feel like this just isn't it. Like, I'm not meant to just live check to check. I'm not meant to go into a 9-to-5 job that I just don't like. I know I don't like it. I know this is not the end goal for me, but I have to do what I have to do for now. Maybe you know that something is not for you, but you don't know what is for you. And so you're confused about that. Like I told group number 1 with this Page of Swords, it is about gathering the information. It's always about being a student of life, learning as much as you can, because life is always teaching you something. So, like I said, for some of you, you could have kind of drifted off the path. You could have taken a little detour, tried to take a shortcut, possibly got rerouted. The Page of Swords is finding your way back. Because with this retreat, like, they're going off into the woods or wherever they are. And this is like kind of like the honeymoon, because they're married. Look like they just got married. And so maybe that is the case. Maybe you just got married. Maybe you got into a relationship, something that was relatively new. Possibly either a new phase in the relationship, or the relationship as a whole was new. And maybe you kind of put your time, energy, and effort into that and not so much into everything else that was going on in your life. It's kind of like when you go on vacation, like you're on vacation, so you're not thinking about work, you're not thinking about the bills, the responsibility. That's the whole point of vacation, because you want to forget about all of those things. But then when you come back from vacation, you realize, like, damn, I went a little overboard during vacation. Now I gotta play catch up with the bills. If you are not prepared ahead of time, if you didn't have a set budget, if you didn't, think ahead. So then you gotta, play catch up, get back on track, buckle down, get back to work, get back to making money, make sure the bills are good, that type of thing. So with this retreat, it could have been a relationship that had your attention, and maybe you weren't as focused on your spirituality, maybe you weren't as focused on the business that you were starting or you wanted to start, maybe you weren't as focused on school, whatever it is. I feel like there needs to be some redirecting here, some rerouting, a shift in perspective. If you had a yes or no question, yes is here. So am I on the right path? I feel like we are always on the right path. Even if we take a detour, even if we stop moving, even if it feels like we're moving backwards, like we're always on the right path. It's just like with the planets. Like the planets have periods of being in retrograde and it appears that they're moving backwards, although it's not. But regardless of whether they're direct or in retrograde, they're still on the path that they're supposed to be on. So whether you're moving forward, you're not moving at all, or it feels like you're moving backwards, you're still on the right path. This is still a part of your path, because I feel like there are no coincidences. So whatever it is that you're doing currently, whatever you currently feel, whatever your reality is at this very moment, is supposed to be a part of your path. There is communication coming. So like I said, if you've been reaching out to somebody, if you've been waiting for something, could be an offer for a job, it's coming. But this Queen of Pentacles is the only face card meaning kings and queens for me, and knights too sometimes. This Queen of Pentacles, she's only focused on this coin. That's what you're focused on right now. Focused on your stability, not necessarily just money. Although money is a big part of that, because you need money to buy shit. But, focused on your stability and how you can become more stable. I feel like for some of you, it's an issue of money not being consistent. So you could work for yourself and maybe money isn't consistent. Maybe you have like a part-time job, or your hours are always changing. So sometimes you get a really good check and other times you don't. Maybe you work in a field where you basically work on either tips or like commission. And you're just like, something has to give. Like, this just ain't it. There has to be more to life than this. There is. But you're going to have to be willing to fight for it. You're going to have to be willing to look at this in a different way, approach it from a different way. Because the Seven of Wands is also about overcoming the obstacles. In the Seven of Wands card, this man is at the top of this hill, this cliff, this mountain, whatever it is, and there are 6 wands coming up towards him. But he's on top. He's already defeated all of these. All of these obstacles, all of these challenges, all of whatever it is for you. Could be people, could be your own beliefs about yourself, about your skills, or about what your life can look like, should look like. But he has already defeated all of these things. He is on top. He has overcome, but it's going to require that you put in the work to overcome. That you not get stuck in your head with this 8 of Swords and feel like you can't do anything. Like there's no way out. There is. Find it. Create it. If doors are not opening for you, open your own doors. Create your own doors. You have to be willing to do what is necessary to get the life that you want. To get the success that you want, which means you're going to have to sacrifice some things. Which means you're going to have to disconnect from some things, from some people. Maybe you don't want to, but the universe doesn't really care about that, because Ultimately, it's about you and what's going to be best for you. Making sure that your footing is stable. Because for all you know, these 6 wands could have been people you considered friends and family. This stop talking card also means stop talking about your plans before you actually do them. Especially when they're in this infant stage here. The Page of Pentacles, the seed. Don't talk about it until it's done. And even then, you don't have to talk about it. Let them see for themselves. Stop talking so much. Everybody is not your friend. Everybody does not need to know your business. Everybody does not need to know. Listen. Keep it under wraps. The High Priestess knows. She knows things. Hell, she knows everything. But she does not speak on it unless she wants to. And even then, it's not going to be, divulging everything. It's going to be bits and pieces. This is your intuition. And if you are in touch with your intuition, then you know. It's always like little Blue's Clues. And you got to kind of piece it together to figure out what the hell is trying to be said. Sometimes for me, it's a symbol. And I'm just like, I have no idea what that means. And, you got to wait for the next hint, the next clue. And then you piece it together and it's like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But it's never a complete divulging of information with the High Priestess. Shut up sometimes. Plainly put. Because you tell people your plans. You tell people what it is that you are thinking about doing. Then you wonder why you always got to defend yourself. How did they know? Like, why is it that every time I try to do something, it backfires or it doesn't work out? Probably because you're running your mouth too much. Probably. Sometimes you have to be, a lot of the time, you have to be isolated. You have to kind of just put your head down and get it done. This Queen of Pentacles. The only thing she is focused on is this coin. That is what she is focused on. So that is what you focus on now. How to get this coin. How to get this stability. How to get this security. Like I said, it doesn't have to be just money. Maybe right now you're focused on getting your own place or getting a car or getting a job in the field that you want or starting a business. Whatever it is that makes you feel stable and secure, focus on that. And stop talking about it. Shut up. Do not reveal the blueprint. Show them the results. I'm not saying you can't, help people. I'm not saying that you shouldn't be excited about the things that you have going on. But be excited and be quiet. Okay? Be excited and then throw a party, after it's done. Because you put all your business out. You tell people everything that you're doing. And then you find yourself in the 7 of Wands energy. And then you want to look crazy and confused with this 8 of Swords. Like, I don't understand why this is happening. Because you talk too much. That's why. The Page of Swords is lurking and spying. Because you put all your information on social media. Everything that you're doing is put on social media. I watch and I see people that are not even celebrities, because I don't really, follow celebrities on social media, but people who are Instagram famous, let's put it that way. People who have businesses and are doing well, and they're forever broadcasting the money that they make. They're forever broadcasting what it is that they're doing, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't, but be mindful of how you're going about doing it, especially if you're not protecting yourself spiritually. I mean, at the very least, if you're going to, put all your business out there and tell people that you made $100,000 in 30 days or, $1 million in a year, at least make sure that you're protecting yourself. Because if you think that people are not going to put bad energy on that, if you think that people are not lurking, spying, people don't want to see you do well, then you're naive. So shut up, is what Spirit is saying. Shut up and focus on the coin. Focus on whatever is stable for you. Whatever stability looks like for you, focus on that quietly. It's like you're taking a test. There's no talking during the test. So right now you're being tested. Can you focus, number one, on what is important? Can you retreat? Are you willing to sacrifice? Are you willing to walk away from some things? Are you willing to put the fucking phone down? Stop reaching out to people who aren't responding. Stop spending all of your time on social media. Are you willing to focus on what is important to you, on whatever it is that you are trying to build? Are you willing to focus on that? What are you willing to give up for this success? Because there is information that will be provided to you. This communication coming could also be coming from Spirit, with the High Priestess being here. But Spirit needs to know that you're going to be trustworthy. Like, are you just going to run your mouth about what I'm telling you? It's just like with your friends. Like, if you know you have that friend that just, they can't keep a secret, they can't hold water, you know that if you say something to them, then everybody's going to know. Don't be that person with Spirit. Because just because you get information from Spirit, just because you get a download, just because you get whatever it is that you are getting, whatever your intuition, Spirit, your guides, whoever you believe in spiritually, whatever they are providing you with is for you until they say otherwise. So stop talking. Everybody does not need to be in your business. When I was growing up, I heard a lot of other people say, you know, what goes on in our house stays in our house. And, you know, in a lot of ways that was unhealthy. But for this, for what you are building, for what you are receiving from Spirit, what goes on in your house, what goes on in your mind, what goes on with this coin, it stays with you until it's time to be revealed. It reminds me of like when you're in college and you're pledging, you know, you can't tell people that you're pledging. It's revealed to you at the whatever it's called when they do the reveal. Yeah, like that. Because there's a reason for that. There's a reason you don't know until you're supposed to know. Like I said, be quiet, build silently, and then throw a goddamn party if you want to celebrate. Then, like, ta-da, this is what we did. Like, you know, reveal it afterwards. Not when it's still in, especially not here. Because then you get mad when people steal your ideas or when it's not working. Build it first. Complete it first. Then celebrate it. Then announce it if that's what you want to do. It's just like women in pregnancy. A lot of women don't announce it until after the first trimester. You with this Page of Pentacles, you haven't even gotten to the first trimester yet. So hush. We have stop talking at the back. It says shut your mouth and listen. Basically, shut up. Put the fucking phone down. Too much screen time is making you awkward and sad. Go talk to a live person. Actually, just go talk to yourself. Just you and Spirit. That's all. Don't talk to nobody else. Your postcard from Spirit, I am going to read it to you as always. Says, Dear Shu, there are times you get lost but refuse to see your part in things. Oh, Spirit coming out swinging. I'm going to read that again. Dear Shu, there are times you get lost but refuse to see your part in things. Eight of Swords energy. Happens to everyone. Something feels familiar but sort of off. If you're feeling confused, it's best to throw away that map you're using, which only lets you navigate based on your past experiences. That isn't what you need right now. Instead, take a deep breath and open to the truth. A desire to stay in denial means that part of you doesn't want to be responsible for the pattern that's shown up in your life. Yes, this is the right time to wake up and start again. By the way, you will always get another chance. You have unlimited chances to start again. We love you so much. We really do. Be gentle with yourself. Coming out of denial is like being temporarily blinded by super bright lights. Allow your eyes to adjust. Carry on, special one. A beautiful life awaits. Loving you so, so much. So you've been doing a lot of the same shit. Basically. Do things differently. And be gentle with yourself. Like I said, with this Page of Pentacles and Page of Swords, you're definitely starting over. This is like your new beginning. But do things differently. Learn from whatever you've been doing that hasn't been working. And do something different this time around. I hope that this was helpful for you. I do hope that, you got something from it. Be sure to like this video, leave a comment down below. Also follow me on Instagram at thebluntreader. Just remember, I love you for free. Group number 3, let's see what Spirit has to say about whether or not you are on the right path or not. So, these messages came through extremely clear. We have separation, time apart from your partner is on the horizon. If you don't have a partner, if you have not been in a relationship, then it could be separating from a person, place, or thing. Whatever it is for you, there's been some type of separation. There's definitely been a tower moment, so some type of shakeup, some destruction of a foundation. But the tower does not always have to be a relationship. I feel like most people, when they see the tower, they automatically associate it to a relationship, like an intimate relationship, a romantic relationship, and that's just not the case. It could be a friendship, it could be you leaving a job, it could be mindsets and beliefs that you've held on to that, are outdated, that no longer work, that no longer resonate for where you are or where you're going in life. So the tower is just a shakeup. It is something that destroys some sort of foundation that is just not working anymore. We have the Four of Swords. This is my fallback card. This is my you need to go cool out, go take a rest, take a break card. After the separation in the tower, this may definitely be needed. The Nine of Cups came out, and the first thing that I heard was somebody was kind of being smug, like, they feel like they got away with something, or like they have the upper hand, or like they escaped something. I don't know, but it just is. The Nine of Cups is usually about wish fulfillment. That's one of the meetings, but I didn't really get that. I guess in a sense it could be wish fulfillment, but it just felt like real smug, like, somebody who just on their high horse, and maybe that's why the tower came down, because you was on your high horse, or somebody was, and Spirit had to knock that bitch down, like, calm down, go cool down. Because, like my grandma used to say, you're smelling yourself. Two of Wands, choosing a new path, choosing something different. So whatever you've been doing is not working. It's outdated. That's what I keep getting. Whatever you've been doing is outdated. And so it's being torn down. But with the separation card, I also heard separation anxiety. So some of you may still be clinging to it. Whatever it is for you. Especially with this Two of Wands card. Like, the man that's holding the wand, and that's supposed to be the new path, because he's leaving this other path behind with the wand that he's not holding. But at the same time, it's like he's clinging to this wand and he has the world in his hand. Like, so are you going to give the world, or are you going to keep holding on to this wand? Like, you can't do both. You can't leave and hold on to the wand. You're going to have to let go. So you're going to have to let go of whatever it is that you are clinging to in order to explore new territory, is what I'm feeling here. You're going to have to be willing to let something go. Like I said, I heard separation anxiety. So for some of you, you could be experiencing separation anxiety, or anxiety because you've had to leave something behind, but you haven't fully left it, because, he's still here holding the wand. Like, both of his hands are occupied. Like I said, you can't go and extend something to somebody. You can't go and explore something new when you are still clinging to something old. So it may be time for you to let something go. That could definitely be a relationship, because we have here not going back to the ex. This is the number 10, an ending that leads to a new beginning. The new beginning is available to you, but you got to let go of the old. There has to be an ending before there can be a new beginning. So end something. And don't go back to this ex. If it's not an ex for you, because I know somebody... I ain't in no relationship. I ain't been in a relationship in 30 years. And okay, it's not an ex for you. Whatever it is for you. A job, a physical location, a friendship, a family relationship, whatever. A mindset, belief, a way of doing something, a pattern, whatever it is. We also have insecure. So maybe that's why you are clinging to something, because there are some insecurities. Maybe wherever you are being led to go, whatever it is that you are being led to do, maybe you don't feel secure enough in yourself to do it. We have business, seek expert help in legal or contract matters. Maybe you need a lawyer with seek expert help. Maybe this was a marriage that you are leaving behind or need to be leaving behind. Whatever the legal or contract matter is, whatever professional can help you with that, maybe that's something you need to consider. Maybe you have a business with this person, or maybe you're leaving a business, whether your own business and you're, you don't want to do that anymore, you want to do something else. You're leaving a job. Maybe things were a bit unfair. You need some fucking yoga in your life. It's dark and you can't see a fucking thing. You are being shady. Get over yourself. Pull your shit together. So, there you have it. But you are being shady. That's definitely what I got from this Nine of Cups energy. Somebody's being shady. If it's not you and you're actually being honest with yourself and you know that you're not being shady, then it could be this other person that you are separating from. Could be, like I said, a job that's being shady. Maybe you've been let go from a job and you know that it was done unfairly. I heard prejudice, so maybe that's what it is. A prejudice against you for whatever reason. And maybe that's why you have legal or contract matters and seek expert help. Because you may be able to get some justice in that situation. But overall, I feel like there's something that you have to let go of. There's something that you have to walk away from, something that you need to be done with in order to move forward. So are you on the right path? I said in the last group that you are always on the right path. You are always doing exactly what you need to do. I don't believe in coincidences. So I feel like whatever it is that you're doing it for a reason. Whatever you are experiencing, this is your experience for a reason, because there's something that is there to help you learn, to help you grow, to help you move forward. But you can't move forward and cling on to the past. Like, you gotta pick one. Which one do you want? Spirit is saying to get over yourself. Maybe you've been a bit self-centered. Like I said, this Nine of Cups energy doesn't feel like the light and bubbly, wish fulfillment. Like I'm getting what it is that I want, what it is that I desire. I mean, you could have been getting what you wanted and what you desired, but going about it the wrong way. Being shady in order to get what you want. And so whatever you built, whatever you thought you had is being taken from you. Because it is imperative that you do things with good intent, with pure intent. Because even if you try to make it seem like, you are doing it with pure intent and you're really not, like you can't lie to spirit. So, spirit knows. So whatever somebody was trying to get away with is going to come back and bite them in the ass. Don't mess with your money, with business being here. It says it's dark and you can't see a fucking thing. I just feel like for some of you, because this is not going to resonate with everybody, if you know that you've been shady and you've been on some dumb shit, like, I feel like a dark cloud is present here. Or will be. Because, I mean, the scales have to be balanced. So if you haven't been putting good shit out into the universe, don't expect good things to come to you. And even if they do, they're going to end in destruction. Because even when you think you're getting away with something, you're really not. You're going to have to deal with it eventually. So if your ex, because we have not going back to the ex, so if your ex did something to you that was real shady, did something to hurt you, did whatever it is that they did to you, whether it's a friend, a family member, an ex that you were in a relationship with, a job, whatever that was done and it was unfair, like, they're going to have to get theirs. And they will. But don't try to, manipulate that. Don't try to force it to happen. Like, I know sometimes you want it to come quicker. Like, you want karma to work a lot quicker. And sometimes she, feels like she's taking her time. She'll get there. And you continue to move forward with your life. And don't be vindictive. Because, get over yourself is what is sticking out to me. And then this Nine of Cups, like the Nine of Cups keeps sticking out to me. Very selfish energy is what I feel here. Somebody was being very selfish. Somebody was being very greedy. Taking more than what they needed. And we're proud about it. Going about it in the wrong way, but they were proud about it. So, you know, Spirit's going to humble you. Or this other person, whoever it is. With this Four of Swords, like, go to your corner and figure some things out. Because whatever you've been doing is just not working. Go get some clarity. Go find some peace. Because I feel like I said, a dark cloud is like looming. This Nine of Cups, like, I don't know. I don't really like the way he looks. He just looks smug. Like, yeah, I'm getting away with something. Like, yeah, I done collected all these trophies. Probably was cheating the whole time. Finessing people out of their trophies. Whatever it is. And he's happy about it. Don't be this person. Because it's not going to end well for you. You can't cheat the system. Even if it feels like you can. You can't. You need some fucking yoga in your life. Ancient shit is cool. It's dark and you can't see a fucking thing. Get your head out of your ass pronto. Yeah, Nine of Cups energy. You are being shady. Watch out. Shit could get ugly. That's what I'm saying. Tower. Whoever's being shady. Look. Be mindful. Get over yourself. Pull your shit together. Help people. Give back. Do good shit for humanity. Because it's not always, you know, about you. With this Nine of Cups. It's not all about what you can collect. What you can get. What you can take. It's also about what you can give back. I think with group 1, I said the opposite. That they were overgiving and overextending. Here, some of you are being very selfish. Some of you are being very shady. Or you're dealing with people who are like this and you need to separate yourself from that. Maybe they're your friends. Like, you know they on some shady shit and you're just like, you know, I don't really want to deal with this. I don't want to be a part of this. Like, this not even me. But you're still holding on to it. You're still connected to it. Separate yourself from whatever this is. Do something different. Move in a different direction. Possibly with all new people. If you need expert help regarding a legal situation, get it. Your postcard from Spirit says, Dear Shu, we have a secret to share with you. If you act as if all is well, it will be. Act as if you are brave and you will have courage. Act as if you are loved and you will be a magnet for love and experience the love of Spirit. Act as if your prayers have been answered, as if you are truly in sync with good fortune. How you think is how you will see the world. Interact with it and draw conclusions from it. If you want to be the person who has the life you want, co-creating and loving what is yours, you need to start acting as if that were the truth. Don't worry about the conditions in your life that seem empty or cavernous, chaotic or barren. These are temporary and don't even count. Defy them and act as if you're the luckiest person on the planet. You will be, for you already are. That's the real secret. You are infinite potential. Loving you so much, rainbows explode in the ether. So there you have it. What you need to do is first separate from whatever this mess is. Be willing to let go of something old in exchange for something new. And remember that you are infinite potential. That if you want something, you manifest by acting as if you already have it. By speaking as if you already have it. By behaving as if you already have it. So whatever it is that you want in your life, whether it's a relationship, a job, a place that you want to live, you want to travel, whatever it is, act as if it is already yours, because it is. That's how you move forward. But some of y'all need to get rid of either you being shady, you being selfish, you being self-centered, and everything being about you, or there's somebody that you're connected to who has this energy and that needs to change. Because it ain't always about you. The whole purpose of your purpose is much bigger than you. It's how you can exact change on the world. What can you do to make this world a better place? Not what can you take from this world and then give nothing back because you're just collecting trophies, you know. Because there are some people who are like that. All they want to do is collect trophies and titles. They want to collect the cars and you know, if that's what you want, then cool. But also make sure that you're balancing that out by giving something back to the world that is helpful. that you're just not focused on what you can get. It's equal give and take. So pour out into the world, into the people that you are connected to, as much as you take in. So I hope that this was helpful for you and that it provides you with the guidance, the clarity, and the insight that you were looking for. Thank you so much. I appreciate y'all. Just remember, I love you for free. Group number 4, last but not least, let's see what Spirit has to say about whether or not you are on the right path or not. So we have attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. We have the Sun, the 6 of Cups, death, no other interest. Drop the fucking ego. It's not everyone else's fault. It's yours. And take a shot. You know, Spirit's coming through with these very blunt ass messages, which is exactly what I like. Hence the name, The Blunt Reader. But drop the fucking ego. It's not everyone else's fault. It's yours. It says that there's something that you are doing that is causing whatever you see externally in your life. So there's something that you have to change. What is it that you are attracting that maybe you don't necessarily like? Are you attracting a particular type of person? Are you attracting particular situations or events that continue to happen in your life? Do you feel like your life is a series of unfortunate events? Whatever it is because of you. It is because of your thoughts. It is because of your beliefs. It is because of whatever it is that you are saying about your life. We have the Sun, we have death. For me, these are very, opposite energies. The Sun is Leo. Death is Scorpio, and for me, even the signs are very much so different. Like, Scorpio is dark and mysterious and very deep, lots of depth to Scorpios. We have Mercury retrograde coming up on the 31st. We're already in the pre-shadow energy, but it's in Scorpio, which means that there are going to be a lot of the uncomfortable shit that we don't like to deal with. I feel like a lot of tower moments will be happening in relationships, in your own internal environment, your belief systems, triggering a lot of wounds that maybe you thought you dealt with, but maybe you haven't dealt with, especially with the 6 of Cups, because people see the 6 of Cups, especially when it comes to relationships, and they think about reconciliation, but the 6 of Cups is also past lives, so dealing with shit that you may need to take care of in this lifetime because you didn't take care of it in the last lifetime, clearing up that energy. This is also childhood wounds and clearing up those issues and fully addressing them so that you can move forward. I feel like Spirit is saying that internally there's something that needs to change. There needs to be a detox. There needs to be an evaluation of your internal space, of your heart, of your mind. What are you thinking? What are your thoughts? What are your conversations about? What do you say about yourself, about your life, about what's going on in your life? I feel like that is where Spirit is pulling your attention internally, because it says it's not everyone else's fault, it's yours. So it's not anything external. It's not the people that you are around. It's you. There's something about you that is causing you to attract these people, possibly causing these situations to keep happening in your life. So that's where you have to start. You have to start at the root. You have to, pull it up from the root. Not try to cut it off from what you can see in a tangible sense, but not dealing with the root problem, because then it's just going to continue to grow as long as the root is there. The Sun being Leo, for me, that's more lighthearted energy. Leos are usually lighthearted people. Like, even during Leo season, you feel like all cutesy and whatnot. It's like night and day. The Sun is up, it's bright, it's happy, it's positive, it's cheerful. And I'm not saying that Scorpios are just, Debbie Downers or anything, but they're not Leos, essentially. They're just not. But I feel like you need to lean more into this depth energy than you do the Sun energy. Because are you even genuinely happy is the question that I'm asking. Are you genuinely happy? Or is this just a facade that you've learned to master? So much so that maybe you're fooling yourself into believing that you are happy. Childhood keeps sticking out to me, and I feel like there are things that you need to address from your childhood or from a past life, possibly. But whatever behaviors, whatever patterns, whatever cycles that you keep seeing, that you keep experiencing in your life, they keep happening for a reason, because it's trying to show you something. It's trying to show you where you need to focus your attention in order to move forward, so that you don't have to keep repeating the same thing over and over again. Life is not, meant for you to continue to repeat the same cycles. You're supposed to, level up. It's like a game. You're not just supposed to play the same level of the game all the time. You pass the level, you go to the next one. You pass that level, you go to the next one. It's how life works. But if you feel like you're stuck at this phase, on this level of your life, it's because you're not getting something. It's because you're not learning something. Possibly because you keep throwing on this Leo energy, this happy sunshine, and rainbows and glitter and shit. That's not life. That's not realistic. There's light and dark in all of us. And you have to learn how to integrate it, not how to completely ignore one side of yourself for the one that feels the best. Because yeah, we all enjoy being happy. We all enjoy being in an upbeat energy. But nobody is happy all the time. Nobody is upbeat all of the time. It's just not realistic. And I feel like a lot of people, especially in the spiritual community, they want to be all light and love all the time, but fuck that. Because it's not all light and love all of the damn time. Like, sometimes you're angry. Sometimes you have to, not sometimes, all of the time, you should address your shadow self, the dark parts of yourself that maybe you don't want to admit that you have. But we all have them, so join the party. Because you cannot heal what you do not acknowledge. So if you continue to neglect this part of you that isn't necessarily pretty, that isn't necessarily easy, you're going to continue to be in the same spot, because you cannot heal what you do not acknowledge. And I feel like Spirit is saying there's some healing work that needs to be done, because the focal point is you. It is internal. Everything you see outside of yourself is a direct representation of what is going on internally. So if everything around you looks like chaos, it's because of something internally that is chaotic. If you are mindful of this, if you are mindful of yourself and aware enough of yourself to notice these things, you'll notice that even your physical environments, even things that don't necessarily people don't usually pay attention to, are trying to tell you something. For me, for example, I know if my office space gets junky, or if my room is, cluttered, or just stuff is all over the place, it's because internally there's things feel all over the place. I don't feel at peace. Something feels off. And so it shows in my external environment. It's just like when people are depressed and everything around them looks depressing. It's because of what is going on internally. So address whatever is going on internally so that you can change the external environment. It's the only way it's going to work. You can't work from the outside in. You got to work from the inside out. Because right now it feels like you are attracting, or you feel like you are attracting a lot of the things that just aren't for you, or the things that you don't want. We have dropped the fucking ego. Vulnerability is hot as fuck. Be open. Like I said, you cannot heal what you do not acknowledge. It's not everyone else's fault. It's yours. You are a grown-ass adult. Stop blaming others for your shit. That part. Take a shot. Don't take 12. Take 1. Okay, maybe 2. Move on. This is it. You are a grown-ass adult. Stop blaming others for your shit. Nobody else is responsible for the shit that's going on in your life but you, and how you perceive it, and how you handle it, how you react to it. You are responsible. You have to take responsibility for your life, because it's your life. Nobody else is responsible for that. I feel like if you're watching this video, then you're an adult, so that means that nobody else is responsible for your life anymore. Up until the point that you are 18, your parents are responsible for making sure you get the necessities. And maybe you didn't have parents who made sure you had that, but that's something you got to deal with now. Like, you can't continue to blame you not having something in your childhood for the fucked up things that you do now, for the bad decisions that you make now. So what? We all had, something in life that wasn't all that great. Deal with it and become better because of it. It's not an excuse to be a fucked up human being. It's not an excuse to just make dumbass decisions and then look crazy in the face when things are just all messed up. Well, yeah, that's what happens when you make dumb decisions, especially when you know that they're dumb. But people don't want to be honest about that, You shouldn't say it like that, because whatever, you make dumb decisions, you make dumb decisions. It happens. We all do it. You know that you need to save money because you're trying to do something, go somewhere, whatever the case may be. Your check is a little short, money is a little funny. Yet you still spend money on coffee that you don't need because you can make it at home, or food that you don't need to buy because you have food at home. Dumb decisions. Like I said, some people like to be all love and light and everything is all positive all the time. Cool. I'm with positive vibes. I fuck with that. But let's also be realistic here. We got a whole bunch of Capricorn energy here, so ruled by Saturn. Saturn being the planet of being fucking realistic, of discipline. If you do dumb shit is going to happen. So don't avoid death. Don't feel like you can escape death. And I'm not talking about physical death. I'm talking about letting things die off. Whether it's parts of you that have been holding you back, whether it's something that you believe, but whatever needs to die off in your life. Allow it to happen. Your postcard from Spirit says, "Dear Shoot, over here, there's no mystery for us to unravel, as we know intimately how connected we all are, how the web of creation works, and how spirit is in every aspect of life, from the invisible to the visible. But it's impossible for humans to comprehend the complexities of how things actually work, because the most important threads in the tapestry don't make sense in the dimension you live in. That said, can you feel the importance of these currents of energy that bring events together in miraculous ways? You can't understand with your mind, but you can know with your heart and soul. Trust that even though you don't know the how, the what, or the why, we do. Surrender to the mystery and have faith that the unseen world is watching you with loving eyes. Spirit weaves your life's mysterious and beautiful tapestry in glorious technicolor. Loving you so much as always." Like I said with this death card, lean more into death being mysterious energy. It's the shit that you don't want to go into. It's the dark and murky waters that nobody wants to go into. Everybody wants to go into the clear water, the real pretty water, the water that you see in movies. Everybody want to go in that water. Like the water in the Bahamas is beautiful. You can see right through it. Nobody wants to go into the dark, murky waters. But that's where you need to go right now. And trust that you're going to be fine. Surrender to the mystery. Surrender to this death, or these deaths, if it's multiple things. Allow it to happen, because it is going to benefit you. It's going to help you to stop attracting the bullshit that you keep attracting. Own up to your shit. It's not always easy, but we all have some shit with us. Nobody is perfect. Lean into death. It sounds crazy, but it's necessary. Go into the waters that you have been avoiding because you don't know what's in it, because you don't know how deep it is. Some of us have very deep-rooted issues, and you're never going to know how deep they go, how deep that root is planted, until you go and discover it. So discover it so you can move forward. Discover it so you can heal. Let go of the ego. It's not about your ego. Ego, the shadow self, that devil energy. Whatever that is for you, let it go. Whether it's a person, place, thing, thought form, whatever, let it go. I do hope that this was helpful for you and that it provides you with the guidance, the clarity, and the insight that you were looking for. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. Always remember that I love you for free.